G'day viewers, we are at the grand final of the Presence of Mind Store Championship. I have a special guest for us today, Stuart. He's playing in this match. How you doing, Stuart?
Good. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
And also joined by Andrew. How you doing, Andrew?
Good, thanks, Alex. Howdy, viewers, listeners.
Yeah, we've got Stuart is on the right playing Wayland Titan. Sam is on the left playing Valencia. Tell us a little bit about this Wayland deck, Stu.
I actually only made this one a couple of days before the tournament. I've been playing Near Earth Hub Fast Advance for a little bit, and I wanted to try out some of the new cards. So not sure. I've never been a Wayland player. I don't know how to play Wayland. So I decided to take the concept of Fast Advance and put it into a Titan deck, because Titan actually lends itself to it with granting Project Atlas a token. So this was my first version of it, and it actually did me quite well for the day.
Yep, so you're
Speaking of doing well, starting out with that housekeeping.
Yeah, housekeeping.
Star card for the day for me. I had 2 in the deck. I wish I had 3. It when it came down first turn, it really was a tempo hit on the runner, and that allowed me to ramp quite successfully.
Yeah, I've definitely seen the body language of the runners when that card comes out. They slump a little bit.
Sam getting a day job at Dirty Laundry and couldn't quite remember the other one.
How good is Inject? What a great card.
Straight away, getting rid of the housekeeping with the itinerant protesters and investigative journalism going on the board.
Which I'm actually quite happy to see at this stage, because Valencia, typically a fairly slow deck to get running in a lot of cases, has a lot of these cards that take up a full turn, and me wanting to speed up, I'm thinking, okay, he's going to set himself up. I've got an X amount of time before he's going to just walk through me. Make the most of it.
Here we go, the HQ run.
Oh yes, I dreaded this, because I think my opening hand was 2 or 3 agendas and a Sansan. And I drew up another agenda. So I'm looking at, and 2 of them were atlases. So I'm looking at possibly.
And how important is the atlas to the deck?
Well, it's
the key card.
It is the key card, because the token allows you great flexibility, not just to get another atlas, but it can get you a Sansan or a biotic economy if you need it. Or in some cases, I actually grabbed a piece of ice to reinforce a scoring server to just sit there and score out agendas naturally. So it's very flexible in that regard.
This is a very crucial run.
I thought you played this really well, though. But the way you acted was just a really cool no-res. You looked at the ice and thought, and you said to him, "Nah, it doesn't seem worth it." Show him your hand.
A little bit of trash talking on my part.
Really, that's just something you don't get playing online at all. But yeah, pays off.
Big sigh of relief from me here. I don't like seeing the Sansan going, because I'd love it to enable my deck, but if it's going to go, it's going to drain 5 credits, it's going to give me a little bit of tempo.
Sam forgetting to use his bad pub there. He actually paid the full 5 for that. Yeah. So slight error, but you're pretty tired by this time.
Yeah, but controlling your body language and controlling your play when you're flooded is something that experienced players, that sets them apart, and that's played that very well, I thought.
There's actually probably a little bit of luck on my part. I was pretty tired by this game. I wasn't really sure what was going on. So I was like, let's just play so I can go home and get some sleep. So.
And there you are playing a card that we don't see very often, Subliminal Messaging. Interesting choice for economy.
Yeah, it was an odd choice, because being Fast Advanced, the ice is not strong. It's kind of porous. So I'm not going to see it back too often, but I wanted some economy that I could at least do from 0 credits.
Well,
which is something Near Earth Hub does so well.
Yeah. Valencia, yes, you're mimicking the Near Earth Hub design. Valencia actually, as you said before, has cards that take a whole turn, in which case subliminal messaging is not working.
Yep, in this game it was actually, across the day it actually served me quite well. There was a lot of Anarch players, naturally, since the box sets had just come out. And they were using day jobs extensively, or they took a lot of turns to just
And
drop.
Sam doing it right there, just giving you a bad pub, taking a whole turn. You looks like you've missed that subliminal.
No, I just told Sam I'm playing the subliminal straight away and just gave myself a credit instead of taking it. So we both
Saving
know what's
time.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both know, so it was fine.
Yeah, if there's little things you can do in the board that's going to save time.
Installing an icing, so possibly going for the score now.
Yep, that was my first Atlas. I think I put an ice wall in front of it since I saw a Kuroda go in a previous inject.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking he probably wouldn't run it anyway, and he doesn't.
Getting rid of the protesters and Atlas with a token on it.
Yep, so now I'm like, okay, it's Atlas choo-choo train time.
All aboard the Atlas train.
I now have 2 other Atlases in my hand, so...
That's really the beauty of that idea, is to be able to get the Atlas without even signalling any sign of it being an Atlas.
And there you are reading a card that we do not see very often.
Yes, which is why I had to read Tally Parrot. Shut down the subliminal straight away.
Wow. So rare to see a subliminal, and now so even rarer to see Tali. And now here they are played in the grand final. So obviously those cards, earned their spots in the decks.
I took the subliminal back to my hand just to keep it as hand padding.
Yep.
That's good. But didn't play it after that.
And private contracts, not a commonly played economy there. How did it go on the day?
Not overly efficient. It was a tough choice to make. I put it in there for account siphon protection because I can resident response and still have a potential credits. It's got a high trash cost, and a lot of people are very loath to trash it because it costs 5.
Yep.
And across the day, it actually did me quite well because in this game, I just took whole turns to take 6 credits off. But in other games, I could install a piece of ice, take 2 credits, and just keep my economy ticking up. If I get to that 7 credit mark of biotic score out of hand, then I will do so. And that's what I think I was aiming for here. I've got the Atlas token down. I have Atlases in my hand. I just want the money.
And Vigil and Yogg. Pretty powerful cards in their own right. But will they help Sam get in?
So, Atlasing for the biotic? Or did you have that in hand?
I Atlased it right there.
Yep.
So in a way, Atlas even, far better than Fast Track because it's clickless and you can go for either the biotic or the Atlas when needed. So it's quite a powerful ability.
Yeah, you
can't underestimate that.
If you've got a hot San res, you can score straight up.
Yeah, really the power of this deck's being, showcased right in front of us. Sam's having a lot of trouble staying with that speed. You've just hit 4 points. Fairly quickly. Most runners are going to be struggling to keep up with that pace. Ice hasn't really rezzed it.
This runner does have the potential to shift up gears as Vigil and the bad pub starts to make its presence felt. But without being able to reliably get in, it's still got an uphill battle, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Valencia's definitely, a style of control deck where you control the remotes with your blackmail. Begin smashing, HQ or R&D as you need. That takes a little bit of time out of a 50-card deck. You're not going to be able to set that up straight away. I know against me he relied on itinerant protesters. I got up to 4 bad pub very quickly and then wiped my hand out and took control of the game that way.
Do you know what Sam has in terms of multi-card access? I'm not too sure on his deck.
In all honesty, I can't remember.
I don't recall either.
I think he might have been playing medium. But I know in the other game that I played against Sam's deck, he was actually quite slow in setting up. He tries to get the rig, get the bad pub, and then just walk through. Just him having a a run against my architect on R&D, setting it off.
Yeah, Architect can really change the game state.
This is very big.
You're already in a dominant
Fantastic for
position.
me because Sansan's already in the graveyard and it's coming back right now.
Who doesn't love Architect bringing back Sansan? Honestly. Here's another 5 credits for you to trash or lose the game.
And I think from memory, the 5 cards that I saw were just a mixture of ice and a private contract. So actually, I think I'm going to take that just for extra economy.
So the luck's definitely in your favor, so to speak, at the moment.
It is, but I think because Sam's not running, I mean, as I said, I put a 5/3 in the graveyard. I've still got an Atlas and I believe a 5/3 agenda in my hand. And he hasn't run my hand again.
But just a lack of access is really just letting you use.
Did you think about just putting that Atlas straight into the server, maybe?
Blackmail deck would be risky.
True.
I took that into account, assuming that he's got blackmail, and made the conscious decision that I was going to try and score everything out of hand.
From that point, yeah, I guess that's a pretty fair play.
Getting to res a remote ice against a blackmail deck is rare. I would almost take this opportunity to get something up. But luckily, he can't trash.
And pays to trash the Sansan.
So for the sake of a run, you got a free economy card. You had to pay a tax to click and trash the Sansan, and he only got to see what you wanted him to see. So a very, very big turn for the Corp, even though it's the runner's turn. So Architect, just huge right there.
Bigger tempo hit. Still in your favor there, Stu. Everything seems to be coming out nicely. You've got the magic number, 8 credits.
So I can go and get another biotic and score an Atlas if I need to, which I'm pretty sure I'm about to do.
That train is in full swing.
And so at this point, that I'm going to put another Atlas on the table. It's going to have a token on it. That's pretty much going to be game unless he can get the points to win next turn, since our hostile takeover is just so easy to score out of hand.
Did you find any identities particularly difficult? Kim can get rid of her biotic for free.
Kim was a problem and did actually get rid of my biotics occasionally. Subliminal helped pad my hand against him, which was quite useful of it.
Of course, yes.
But in the end, I just changed the way I played against those decks. And the power of Atlas really helped me. If I just built a scoring server instead. I think in one game I actually scored a 5/3 out behind 2 pieces of ice that they couldn't get through.
You're on match point now. You've got an Atlas token. You've got 1 credit. Sam is in a very difficult position. Can't res. Obviously, well, you probably can't res that, do I?
Holding an Artman, but can't afford to set that, so just...
So he knows that I'm going to take the hostile takeovers out, so he's running through Architect and taking it to try and see if he can snag an agenda. There's nothing there, so I just plonked it back. He doesn't run the archives, even though there's one face down. Anybody who's played against me knows I'm notorious for chucking down agendas into the archives.
Sansan just coming back again.
Just in case.
Take 3. You never know.
So he runs the hand.
Sam,
a bit of frustration
desperate to get... Oh, there you go.
He's rewarded for his efforts.
Going back, trying to...
If he'd run archives there, he'd be on 6 points.
He would.
He'd be tied. That would be quite a
that would have been
finish.
Very tense. Yeah, so things in Netrunner, it's just a razor's edge either way. Can make such a big difference on the board, but Stu atlasing up for the final point.
And playing the subliminal messaging to get the second credit I needed.
Stu taking it out in convincing fashion. Very impressive play.
Yep.
So Stu takes out game 1. From the lower bracket, he'll continue on to game 2. So Thanks for watching. This is Alex, Stuart, and Andrew signing off.